A healthcare worker from Milwaukee has been fired after they intentionally ruined 500 doses of the coronavirus vaccine. The employee left dozens of vials unrefrigerated overnight, and we're going to spill all the tea for you right here on IO. But first, make sure you tap that like button to show some love to the channel, and with that out of the way, let's just dive right into today's story. Over the weekend, a Wisconsin hospital regretfully had to announce that they were forced to toss away more than 500 doses of the coronavirus vaccine. Initially, the incident was believed to be an accident, but now more details have come out that suggest otherwise. This employee in question would later admit that they purposefully removed more than 50 vials of the Moderna vaccine from the refrigerator, which rendered them completely useless. As reported by the Daily Mail, the original story from Aurora Healthcare was that the vaccines were inadvertently removed from a pharmacy refrigerator overnight, but on Wednesday night it was determined that the employee did so intentionally and never returned the vaccine. However, following that employee admitting to what they had done, they had to release another press statement that said, "Earlier this week we learned that 57 vials of the Moderna vaccine were removed from a pharmacy refrigerator at Aurora Medical Center Grafton overnight, resulting in more than 500 doses of vaccine being discarded. We immediately launched an internal review and were led to believe this was caused by inadvertent human error." The individual in question today acknowledged that they intentionally removed the vaccine from refrigeration. "We have notified appropriate authorities for further investigation. We continue to believe that vaccination is our way out of the pandemic. We are more than disappointed that this individual's actions will result in a delay of more than 500 people receiving their vaccine. This was a violation of our core values, and the individual is no longer employed by us." Currently, the vaccine administration is in its early stages in the United States, and so much of it has gone towards frontline healthcare workers. As of now, around 2.6 million doses of the vaccine have been given out in the US, although that is a far cry from the previously promised 20 million doses that were allegedly supposed to be administered before the end of 2020. This employee's tampering, though, is also going to have some major effects. This will now delay the inoculation process for hundreds of people in a state that really can't afford it. According to the Washington Post, Wisconsin just recently saw an uptick of 3,170 new cases of COVID-19. Additionally, 40 people died on Wednesday alone from the virus. So for the medical system to have people on the inside with malicious intent is just baffling next to these numbers. Now, going back to that number of the total vaccine doses that have been given out thus far, 2.6 million may sound like a lot, but this rollout has been severely fumbled before this employee ever made things worse. The main reason for these vaccines not being properly rolled out completely falls on the state and federal level, so many of which have failed to create a plan to get those vaccines into the arms of Americans. According to a former FDA official who spoke with the Daily Mail, he said that the failure here is akin to dropping the baton in the last leg of the vaccine race. The real holdups came when the US set a very grim new record for the deadliest day, with more than 3,900 deaths being recorded in just a single day. Plus, there was news of this new mutant strain of COVID that has been detected in Southern California and Colorado. So really, time is running out here, and if people don't stop playing politics and start caring about American lives, things can get a lot worse. Now, I'll give you an idea of what I mean when I say that people are still playing politics, and it's going to result in more Americans dying. This is what I mean. Trump tweeted this out: "The federal government has distributed the vaccines to the states. Now it is up to the states to administer. Get moving." Okay, so that seems like a great sign, right? COVID vaccine is here, and now it's just up to it's up to the Democratic governors who hate Trump to administer the Trump vaccine. You see the issue here too, right? No one can admit that Trump has ever done anything good, even if it means his administration brought a vaccine just like they said they would. What makes things even harder for the general public to trust the vaccine is when you have the Vice President-elect Kamala Harris saying that she won't take Trump's word on the vaccine. This kind of thing frustrates me more than anything else because, while these special politicians are bickering with each other, more and more people are losing their jobs, their homes, and their loved ones. How about, and I know this is a crazy idea, how about we just trust the science and act from the basis of what science used to be? You know, the pursuit of knowledge and understanding based on evidence. But all in all, I think that the Wisconsin Healthcare Center did the best thing with firing someone who could so easily mess with medicine like that. I just can't imagine what is going on in that person's brain that they actually went through with it. I mean, he must have felt guilty if he admitted to doing it later on, but man, what does it take to get someone to that point? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this story though, so leave me a comment down below with what you think and how you're feeling about this whole vaccine. And while you ponder that, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled "Cardi B calls out Peppa Pig in wild tweet." Emily Dobson says, "I actually thought I was still dreaming when I saw that title." It's a pretty dreamy title. Cardi B versus Peppa the Pig. God, that's a good fight. Better than Logan Paul versus Conor McGregor in my opinion. Tatiana says, "The shade is real," and I'm here for it, to be honest. Yeah, Cardi B was throwing major shade at cartoons and it was pretty funny. The Magic Conch says, "Y'all, we gotta jump Peppa Pig." You know, I've never been one to argue with a Magic Conch, so let's do it. Chrissy Ma says, "Well, if that isn't the epitome of hypocrisy, I don't know what is." I don't know what it is about epitome and hypocrisy being next to each other so close, but I love it. And you're kind of right. I mean, Cardi B came out with the WAP song and then she's like, but this is problematic. Okay, maybe you should take a seat. Official Banana says, the title was wild and the video was wilder. Hey, you know I always got the best titles for you, and then we always come through with the content. Relax. You see a wild title that's got literally wild in all caps, you know it's gonna be a good one. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube. I'm laughing because this is like the 19th time I've done this. A healthcare worker from Milwaukee has been fired after they intentionally ruined 500 doses of the Moderna Coronavirus sakes. A healthcare worker from Milwaukee has Alright, it's all out. It's all out. We're good now. Neighbors are gonna hate us. Chrissy Ma says, well, if it